Oh,
We're having problems with the camera here today because I don't know exactly how to figure this out, but that's all right. So, welcome to FCB. We are doing our MLP CCG Saturday finals today. Chris Francis, your host, my friend.
Raymond.
I know that. I wanted you. This is where you talk.
Raymond.
This is Raymond.
Yeah.
This is the guy that actually taught me how to play MLP. So
go buy Liquor online.
Great guy. He knows a lot about this game and how to play it. So he's going to be doing the color commentary. Basically, what we're doing, we've done basically just a Saturday tournament here, and this is the final match. Both of these guys are 2-0. On the left, we have Justin Lorenz, who is playing a Fluttershy Friends to Animals deck, who beat the snot out of me in the first game. And then Philip Powell is on your right. He's playing Rarity, Mover, and Shaker, and I think that you can actually tell a little bit more about that as we go on.
Oh, yeah.
So as you see here, they're rolling to see who's going to go first here. I don't exactly know who's doing it. It looks like they're
I think they're trying to, they might be using an app for AT, just because it might be easy to read.
Okay.
Either that or they're doing personal things before starting the game.
Yep.
We'll see. Okay, so whoever puts AT down is going first.
Right.
Getting opening hands, seeing who's going first,
yep.
If they want to keep them all again.
So from what I've experienced with this Fluttershy Friends to Animals thing, this is a critter-based deck. You're going to see a lot of your owls. You're going to see a lot of the squirrels and all the other all the names.
Squirrels yet, but
all the little critter, the little furry things that are the friends that actually build up and create this really a lot of aggro, if you will, for his deck. Yeah. What do you know about the Rarity, Mover, and Shaker?
Rarity, Mover, and Shaker. I know he dubs it passive taxes. Rarity, Mover, and Shaker's boosted ability, once you get her boosted, basically makes all of your opponent's events cost +1. That is a heavy tax once she's boosted.
Right.
And she boosts by having 2 white friends with her at a problem. So she takes a little while to boost, but if you get the right cheap friends out, you can boost her by turn 3. And Yellow's going to run an event called Critter Cavalry, which you can pay +1 during a face-off to give a card +5 that you flipped. Right. So when that card now costs +2, or costs 2 instead of 1, that definitely can slow your deck down, lessen your opportunities there. Right. So may not affect the yellow deck so much, but there are definitely some cards in there that'll hurt.
Right. Go ahead. Yeah. So what I remember about the Fluttershy deck here is that it's a rather large. Like I said, you're going to find a lot of your critters in here. He is going to flip Fluttershy over in the second turn. I can tell you that without fail.
That's the goal.
He's got enough small creatures and enough friends in there that are cheap to cast and don't have any requirements that he's able to flip that, and that boosted ability that Fluttershy has is just ridiculous.
Yeah. He's going to want to play Owl boost, Falcon boost, Winona boost. There are lots of options that Yellow has as far as playing, boosting, moving, getting a 4-pointer really quickly.
Yeah, he's going to be able. What you're going to see by this is by the third turn, he's going to be able to confront either one or both of these situations at the same time and start taking points very quickly.
Yep, he just did it. Play Winona, boosted, moved it for 1. Got the problem.
Absolutely incredible.
Yep. Caretaker gets Fluttershy at 4, +1 for the Winona. You can tap a 5 power right there with Show Must Go On. You need any color, so you can do it with just 1.
So what you'll see on the next turn is that you'll actually see him flip the Fluttershy here, and still having that Caretaker.
Oh, she's already boosted.
Oh, she already boosted?
Yep,
Okay.
He already did.
So that Caretaker is now. So you have Winona, which is now a 2, and then that Fluttershy, I do believe, is a 3 now.
Well, you don't have Owl, so the way Caretaker works is, since Fluttershy's with the critters, she'll have +1. So Fluttershy's a 3, because Winona's there, she's a 4, so Winona's a 1, so he meets the 5.
Got my numbers wrong, but that's basically the same idea.
I'm coaching him, so it's fine.
I'm learning. I'll learn. It's just like with X-Wing and Magic and every other game that I broadcast, I'm still learning. So don't give me any crap here.
Yeah,
thanks to everybody who's watching, and thanks to everybody who's watching as we archive this as well. This will be on our website soon.
And there it is. So what we saw Philip do is he played down his Bright. He had 5 AT available. He played down a Bright Bulb as a vanilla. Keep from getting more friends on the board there, even though he doesn't really need them.
Right.
But the reason he got the Bright Bulb down was so he could get down Study Session. And are you familiar with Study Session?
That's the one where
it creates summoning sickness. Basically, all friends will enter and play exhausted on Justin's side. That is not good for Yellow.
So that's not Studious, that's Study Session.
Study Session's the resource that he has at home.
Okay.
That basically, because you need 2 purple to get it played. He's running a rarity main. He probably didn't get the white friends he needed, and he saw that he was that Justin was ramping so hard. He was like, you know what, I have to get the Bright Bulb Study out just so I can slow the deck down. That might save the game for him. May not affect so much. It depends on what Justin gets. It depends on if Philip gets his friends time.
And so when somebody is studious, they get a +1 for.
Studious means when you win a
Mhm.
face-off with that card, you get an action token. Right
Okay,
now,
that's
there's nothing
right.
on the
Okay.
board that has Studious.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
All
Rarity Rarity doesn't even have Inspire. She just needs 2 white friends, and then she has the +1 for events on his side. So
Nice.
he wants Rarity boosted just so that, well, now all friends are playing exhausted, and he wants to tax that Critter Cav, because if it's yellow, he's
Right.
running Critter Cav.
Right.
There's other like things like Yay, lots of things you can run there.
Mhm.
Oh, and looks like
Showing
so.
us.
Showing hands, got a Lady J,
Yeah.
Mayor. He definitely has resource manipulation. We only saw the bottom half, that's okay, but he definitely has a Pony Charm. Pony Charm will let him pay 3 to steal a friend permanently, so he's definitely trying to do that. So he played a Horror the Horror, which is an event that lets you kill the resource, so
Right.
had to do that, had to get out of the way quickly.
Yeah,
If Justin did not have Horror in his hand, that would have been an issue.
That literally slowed him down by about a turn.
Yep.
Which
He
is
would have always been by back a turn.
Yep, and
Now,
he'll be able to get that back without any problem, unless he happens to pull another one of that same resource and pop it down.
Right now, it looks like Justin's banking for a big play.
Yeah.
Phil's trying to figure out probably how he's going to come back from that. Bright Bulb's helping him a little bit. Looks like he's getting his plays time, getting a big shot. That way, in case Trollmakers are flipped, he will end up getting points. He's getting his white out. Primposy for cheap. It looks like a Primposy from here. Yep. There he goes. Moving Rarity, getting her boost.
Okay, so now they're at both where they can both confront this now.
Yep. So he's going to make a face-off happen.
Yep.
And he's going to get his Rarity boosted because she's with 2 white friends. Big shots there just in case a Troublemaker gets played later. 2 for 2 is very fair.
I wouldn't even worry about putting a Troublemaker. I would just say you put a Troublemaker on the next one, just load this one up and move on.
Yeah.
Because after the end of this, they should face off, and then after that, you're going to have you should have a new situation.
Yeah,
correct?
so he'll have a fresh problem. So Justin will probably tap it. Oh, flipped a Force Owl. That's never what you want to have happen. So Justin definitely did not do so well. Got social obligations over there. He wanted to get that because social obligations lets you exhaust your main to score a point when you win a face-off with it. Doesn't have to be at that problem. So he was hoping to get some early point, and he tied up a little bit so that even though Justin will tap this new problem, he'll have some leeway, and he has a boosted rarity, so Justin can't come back with events nearly as fast.
Good.
So it's about tied right now. It's fair.
That's the slowest I've seen Justin all day.
And now he has his orange.
So now he has a yellow and orange here. So
Sheriff's effect won't really affect him too much. Sheriff says when your opponent's main's at home, you can't be frightened. He did it just and there comes Nurse. But yeah, Sheriff won't really affect. Nurse will let you. I'm sure you saw Nurse Redheart.
Yes, I did.
When you can have a pump under there, you can spend a pump to. Then he see what was that there. He's pumping. He's pumping Nurse. Because there we go.
Yep. So he's able to score points off of this one right now.
Yeah, he's able to score right now, and he has a pump Nurse ready. So, and now he's pumping it to send something home. Let's see which one he picked. Bright Bulb. Good choice. Because the white friends aren't really helping him, and he's getting rid of his purple. So if he wants to play any other purple cards, he needs Bulb out.
That looks like it should put him about 5 points already.
They're probably at the 6th threshold. It looks like they're either 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to see from this angle, but they're definitely up there.
Yeah, with the cheap setup that we have here, it's the best we can do for right now.
No, I mean it works. It definitely works. You're able to get the gist of it.
Yep.
So now it's tough for Philip. Philip's down by 1 or 2 points. He's out of purple again. Don't know how many AT. I think he has either 4 or 5 AT. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah, when he was showing us what he had in his hand, there was a lot of purple in there, and not a lot on the board that was going to help him out with that.
Granted, if he does have Pony Charm, then he can steal the Red Heart. That would help him a lot.
I tell you what, if he happens to pull that Pony Charm or get some way to play that that will definitely turn the tide of the game. Just even with the way that Justin's deck is set up, even if it slows it down a turn, it's still a chance. He's already done that once. He can with the play he did earlier with the resource. He can definitely do that again.
Yeah. Now, if the second Nurse gets played really quickly after that, then they're in trouble.
Yeah.
But Justin has the lead at least a little bit right now as far as board presence. But there are enough cards in the world that things could swing. It's just a matter of what gets played.
If I were Justin, would you want to go ahead and start attacking the other problem and starting to build on that, or would you want to keep continuing with
there? And there goes the Pony Charm.
Pony Charm.
Yeah.
Like
at that point, Justin really didn't need to. He's ahead. He can stay ahead just by staying where he is.
Was that the right one to get with the Pony Charm?
Oh, yes. Because he can pump Nurse on his own, and he can use Nurse on his own. Pony Charm's permanent, so when it goes back home, it's still with him, so he can keep that in for the end game.
Keep your pony charms,
Yep.
kids.
And I don't think Justin has any removal, so because he's not playing pink and he's not splashing any other colors.
He is meant for speed and swarm.
Yep. So basically, it looks like he took Nurse. Now Justin wasn't able to meet the requirements of the white side or the yellow side because he only has one yellow. He can meet the non-yellow, so he was able to confront without starting a face-off, getting Nurse pumped. So now, unless he forgot, but he should be able to utilize her even if he loses this face-off down the line. Probably hoping to get her pumped now. Oh, he confronts. He didn't get to pump. That was from a confront. This face-off will get her pumped, and then in the next turn he'll respond. If he gets rid of Sheriff, Justin loses his board state.
Yep.
Looks like so Falcon. So Justin flipped a 1. I believe Fashion Upgrade is a 3. So.
And when we say that, folks, we're talking about the number that's in the top right of the corner there. That's kind of.
Here comes Judy. Yep. They tied, and he criticraft.
Sure.
He paid the 2.
Yep. So he's actually going to win that face-off.
Yep.
So that puts
getting
8
pumped.
or 9.
He's definitely pumping
Good
Nurse.
grief.
Yeah. So
he's going to have half a deck underneath that Nurse.
Yeah, they're high up. Well, one's the Pony Charm. So Pony Charm, Nurse, and then the pump.
Okay.
So Justin right now is ahead by about 3 to probably ahead by 4 to 5 right now.
Yep.
But that Nurse is ominous. That's the thing right now. And Shell Must Go On just got pumped. I guess got flipped as the new problem. If you guys don't know, what that does is when you confront, you can basically take a card from your hand and pump it under a friend with pumped. He can infinitely pump Nurse now. So he might have just potentially locked Justin out of an endgame until Justin can get other cards out.
One of those in a different color scheme, white, is like Social Network, where I can actually take that and banish a friend from my
interesting
from my banish pile, and then be able to use that card power there. What'd you see here?
He moved Rarity over onto. I'm surprised he didn't move Nurse over onto Show Must Go On. He moved Nurse over to Social Obligations. I think there's a bonus there. He's trying to get.
Okay,
he has the pump, so he can go ahead and spend it.
Yeah.
He played another friend there. He gave Rarity +1. He's double confronting right now. He just double face off by himself.
So basically, I think the one at the top is like 2-point bonus, and the other one's just a 1-point bonus. So
they're both 1-point bonuses, but that one's fresh. So he took that one. He's using Nurse.
Okay,
still putting her at top, and because of the +2, he played Touch of Refinement to give Rarity +2. So he's able to get something back in the deck and double confront, and then repump her for the start of his next score phase. So during Justin's score phase, he can use her again. So now it looks like they're close to almost tied.
So he really went from 5 points down to 1 point down with literally just laying 2 cards out. So.
Yep. Now Justin has a bunch of fresh palms, but he's also going to Nurse the biggest friend that gets put on the board, without a doubt. So Philip, that's the kind of play that could have gotten Philip out of that. Pony charming the Nurse and getting that problem flipped the right way. That's what saved his butt.
Right.
So this is going to be very interesting. And then he got to Social Obligations again because that problem was still out. So.
Yeah, on a side note, I really like how these mats look on the camera. They look really, you can really see all the detail in it on it.
Replated silver. Enter plays Matt on the right, looks really good, the Ultra Pro one, and then I'm happy to see my Matt on the left. Makes me happy. I'll brag about that for a second. Okay, so he played Sheriff and he played a Winona. He's playing it safe because he knows something's going to get nursed. He's overloading, playing a Fluttershy, sacking it to put a friend in his hand. Because he pays 1 instead of 2 for that. Okay. So then he's going to nurse to bring Sheriff back. So he tried to get as much power as he could. That was basically Fluttershy Breezy cost nothing. You can sack it to put a friend into your hand. So he moved Winona back to the hand, so he paid 1 instead of 2 to get it on the board.
Right.
Paid, he knew he'd get nursed, so he didn't actually get to score. But he did what he could.
Right.
Trying to prep for next turn. Because now Nurse doesn't have a pump on it.
The interesting thing I see is that Justin doesn't have any tokens banked at all right now.
Yep, he has to pay everything he has now, unfortunately. He can't afford to bank. Yeah. Philip, I think, is also had to spend all of his, but he has gotten board advantage from his plays.
He's got
he doesn't need to
distinct board advantage for that.
He doesn't need to bank.
In the games that I've played with Justin, he would have 8, 10 tokens sitting there where he could do just about anything he needed to, but having that Pony Charm and having that other resource
earlier really because that's a 2-point bonus. He's about to get 3 points,
so
which I don't think takes him to win, but that's very high. I wish I could see the scorecard. He's probably at 13 or 14.
He has to be at least 13.
It can still be a 2-player game because right now Nurse doesn't have a pump. Philip's probably hoping that there's not another Critter Cav in his hand and that he wouldn't have the 2 AT to pay for it because luckily Rarity does make it cost 2. It's all about what cards get played this turn. Justin's contemplating his options here. Yeah, they're trying to show a Pony Charm a little more. Like, see,
Yep.
Pony Charm, it's not a pump.
Yep.
But yeah, so it's a matter of Justin can get the power on the board. I think he has 5 AT to play with. He needs to get 4 or 5 over on Philip's problem, and then Justin needs to get 3. Yep. So there's his 3 orange. Now he only has 2 AT, so he can have a face off over there, but he can't get to. He's just banking his power up there. And then he stand still. Try to move Fluttershy, got stand still. So I think
Stand still is a killer card.
Yep. So now it's 5v5.
Yep.
This face off might decide it. I think that's how it's
because it looks like they're both
really
at
high,
13,
and the winner gets 2 more points.
Right.
So
basically comes to what they flip
Justin
over.
only has 1 AT, so he can't critter cav.
Yep.
And 2 and a 2. Okay, so it looks like we're tied. Flipping again. 2 versus 0. There he is. Okay, Philip. Yep, Philip won from the 0 flip. That was a good game. That was good.
That was very cool to see that.
That was close.
Okay,
he had a yay, but he had to be. That's only on your opponent's problem.
Yep.
Yep, that was close.
Couldn't do that one, so that's very interesting. It's one of the quickest games I've seen go on with that. So it's very cool. But it was really interesting to see how his swarm tactic was really. Literally eliminated with the Pony Charm, with the resource, with the standstill that he played twice. Stand still won the game for him, absolutely on that.
Standstill, that's how it works. You hope you have it at the end game to change the board state.
That's really, really cool.
Justin would have had that flip, but didn't get the Fluttershy.
Yep. So what we'll do here is that we'll see if we can get the shop cam working here, and then we'll talk to both of these guys here and see what's going on there. So this actually is wireless, and we can take this outside. So
cool. Let's do it.
All right. Okay, so that didn't work exactly as we thought it was going to. So we're actually going to be on this camera right here, and so if you see the one with the green light on it, you come here with us. You come with us here. So this is Justin, and we'll talk to him first. Yeah. So I played your deck in first round, and you absolutely mopped the floor with me. And then, of course, you taught me a couple different things about what I could do with that. This was not exactly what I had seen from you. Him coming out with the Pony Charm and then with the standstill and all that really kind of slowed your deck down to a stop. Tell me what you saw.
I hate Mover and Shaker because because the deck. One of the strengths of the deck, the reason I play Orange, is because Orange has 2 cards, Plum Tuckered Out and Apple Juice Break. They both cost 1, and they both do a lot of things that would have helped. Plum Tuckered Out can exhaust any friend that's played or moved, so it's kind of like Standstill, except it's more flexible, but you got to pay an extra 1.
Right.
But with his Mover and Shaker flipped, I was always just 1 AT short from playing anything. So literally the main characters, his main character, Mover and Shaker, is what did it.
What I saw is
in
the first couple turns of the game is that you did exactly like you normally would, where you get a bunch of your critters out and then you're able to flip your Fluttershy over, where you're getting that boosted effect on that as well. And it seems like once you did that, he just kind of put the kibosh on that.
Yeah, pretty much. The deck's kind of aggro. I mean, it runs some control stuff. It runs, the Red Heart. It runs Critter Stampede, but it's still an aggro deck. I'm running a lot of 3-point problems because I'm trying to score really fast. I mean, I know it's a threat for getting RTO'd. I kept waiting for the RTO to come out. And then I'm like, well, that's why I'm holding on. That's why I have a lot of those cards that stop RTOs and things like that. Then it allows me to gain the benefit of having these 3-point problems that I can solve pretty easily.
Sure. What do you have for him?
For Justin?
Yeah.
How long did you think there was a standstill in the hand?
I kept waiting for it. That's why, I knew there was one in there. I'm like, I know there's. You always gotta play with that assumption. So
it seemed like you're just kept trying to pull the stance out. Just come on and play it.
That's the crux of white. That's actually a question for both of them. I was like, that's always the game of when standstill getting played.
Well, I mean, you saw when I played the breezy shot. Yeah. To flip the reason I did that was because it's the way to get around standstill is playing. So people might be wondering, well, why are you playing breezy Fluttershy? Well, there's a lot of reasons, but one reason is I can bounce one of my 1-cost animal friends and then play it for 1, which is less than playing 2 to move it.
Yeah, so, agreed.
Yeah, we saw. Yeah, I know we both commented on that. Really, smart.
Yeah, that's very smart.
Saving that AT.
And it's great because I've never seen you in a deck where you were running so low on AT. Where he basically when he brought out that tax card out, he just kind of locked you down.
Yeah, I mean tax cards are definitely a problem, and like I said, getting my Red Heart stolen and then not pulling into another the horror hurt. Maybe if I'd gotten another horror, he wouldn't have been able to bounce the Sheriff Silver Star the first time. But that's a lot of what ifs. But yeah, definitely. Mover and shaker once it gets flipped, it can be a thorn.
Do you make any changes to the deck now, or is this just one of those guys that say, I have something else for you later?
I've been trying to find out a way to put in other resource removal. Yellow has the most resource removal in the game. There's now a vanilla card for resource removal. I'm running out of deck space though, and that's a problem. But I really need to watch out for pony charms, study sessions. Resources are now much bigger threat than they have been before. Cool. So it's just gonna be a problem of looking for spaces for it. But there's not really much I can do about a mover and shaker outside of Biff, but I don't want to run that.
Understood. Cool.
But but like I said, getting rid of the pony charm might have done something. But definitely mover and shaker is something to be on the lookout for.
You did well. You ended up 2-1. We're going to give some time to the champion here, so I'll let you hold that. You're going to be in the middle here. So
that works.
Our winner, Philip here. Philip is on camera. Hi.
Howdy.
Cool. So I didn't actually get to play your deck. Did you actually play against Philip?
I actually helped him test it.
Okay,
so
cool. So
yeah.
Go for it.
So how many stars were you seeing when you saw when you saw that quick Horror of the Horror? I guarantee you did not expect Study Session to go away that quickly.
That was actually bait for him to get rid of his stuff. The only card it really would have stopped effectively was Nurse Redheart, so that he couldn't get pumps under it. But if he already has a requirement, it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know whether I'm running Fashion Week or not, which Fashion Weeking against exhausted characters is the thing. But it was mostly I want to get those horrors out of the way for my Pony Charms, because I knew what his deck was.
You knew it was coming, yeah. So when you were playing Pony Charm, were you expecting another one? Because then it happened something like 2 standstills or 2 of anything. We were like, okay, well here comes number 2.
I was really worried about leaving Nurse Redheart pumped after that face-off, because I didn't know if he was just going to steal it back by killing the Pony Charm.
Well, and even back there, that's when we were like, okay, this is either this could be game for both people, depending on what gets played now. Because I was like, well, he got the Nurse, which we were expecting to happen, and then it stayed on the board. And it kept staying on the board, so we were like, I think this is it. How'd that feel for you when you were like, okay, so it's gonna stay, I can use it over and over, did you just, I think we could see the writing on the wall there as far as, did you have that kind of sensation?
Once Silver Star got bounced, I was like, I'm either gonna bounce him, or I'm gonna stand still him. And my opening hand was, I didn't show it to the camera, but
that's okay.
The opening hand was, is it Purple Waters that's the white 1 for 2?
Purple Waters is the pink. Primposy.
Primposy. I had Primposy, Lady J, Pony Charm.
Yeah, we saw that.
Mare, all that really good stuff. But no white friends I could play.
No white. And that's what that's what I was going to ask because we didn't get to see the opening hand. Was the Bright Bulb study session more of a response to turn 2 or more of a response to the fact that you didn't have the white? And it seems like you were waiting for the white to pop in.
I didn't have the white. I was trying to buy time.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely not a bad play. If you're going to have an alternative first 3 turns, that's definitely a good way to go.
Yeah. It was to exhaust that Nurse and send her home if you played it turn 3 or 4.
Because I can imagine that having that turn 2 Winona Flutter definitely didn't make you happy.
No, I was like, it's probably coming, and then it happened. And I was like, okay. I have to expect that Nurse is hitting the board next turn.
Yeah.
Is this deck that you built, is this the archetype that you want to use to play against the Swarm decks that you're seeing with a lot of Fluttershy and friends and all that? Or was this deck made specifically for that, or did you have a different idea in mind?
It was more to target the... we have a lot of characters that are really good 3-cost friends. Carveloader, Nurse... Ursa, if they happen to play it when I was study session out, it was mainly to steal those cards, and some passive taxing. I noticed that the meta so far in the state has been very event heavy.
Right.
So even if I just passively tax you with the flip main, that's the thing about the main, you never know how good it is because you don't know what your opponent's hand is. Yo.
This is Robbie. He's also in the tournament.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Am I actually on camera?
You're actually on camera.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good job.
We're talking to
Good job.
to the winner of the tournament, and
another one.
This one right here that has a green on it. Say
Hi.
Yeah.
I'm on the internet.
Yeah.
On comes the cat.
That's okay. It happens. Yeah.
But yeah,
How did you do in your
I'm
last one?
Bushnell.
How did you do on your last game, Mushmouth?
The game I just played, or against this?
No, against the
I won.
Okay, cool. So you went 2-1 as well. Very cool.
I'm happy with it. Cool. It's I like to thank God. I like to thank thank the Academy. Thank Kellogg's for their sponsorship.
Wheaties here,
Thank GURPS.
GURPS.
This is the
So.
community that we have here with the My Little Pony community here. We're all joke with each other about stuff like this all the time. So,
Yeah.
so what's the next big idea that you're going to work on?
I don't know. The taxing thing is a lot of a mind game. So I'd like to play something that's a little more straightforward. I really want to try to make yellow mid-range work.
Yeah.
And I think I've got something with Beastmaster and the face-off events.
Oh, he's going to build a swarm deck.
Not Swarm.
No.
At least, I mean, yellow can't help but Swarm in the early game.
Right.
It feels like Swarm because you're playing the cheap critters,
Right.
but that's to get color out. From there, I hope to make something that's more, more the 2 for X's and the 3 for
Sure.
X's for the utility slots.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll see.
3-0. Congratulations. Thanks a lot. Thanks for playing today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Cool. So this is it. Our tournament's done here. We're going to hang out and play around and talk to each other and trade some cards and all. So, guys who are watching, thanks for wasting your time with us. Look us up online, FCB Games on Facebook. We also have the My Little Pony group that's on Facebook as well, both for Atlanta as well as the local one,
Yep.
the global one, I should say. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great one. Take care.
See you guys.
Yep. That's it. No. Awesome. That's how we do it. Yeah. It's very low key here.